the question one, for the question one, I have actually typed some answers, typed some important things. The important things are, what do you mean by continuous data? If you look at this question is actually talking about big data, continuous data, and metadata. So I thought of, it's better to revise. If you look at this, big continuous data means basically it changes smoothly over time. It's not changing like ones and zeros. It is changing smoothly over time. For example, temperature sensor reading. That is what I mean by continuous data. So before we proceed, can all of you understand what I mean by continuous data, dear kids? Come on, everyone, yes or no? Yeah, continuous data. Perfect. Then metadata. Now, metadata basically data about data. Data about data. Now, let's say if you have this kind of data, giving you a small example for metadata. Okay, you have a table, let's say, right? This is about metadata. Okay, metadata. Let's say you have a table, student table. This student table has student ID column, name column, and age column, and date of birth column. And then here you have some records now, entries. S01 John, age is let's say 15, date of birth is 22/01 2006. Okay, and then S02 NG 13 10 2 and 2005. Do I have metadata here? Yes or no? Can you see any do I have metadata here? If it's yes, okay, what is the metadata here then? What is the metadata here? It doesn't make any sense, no? Right? Now, which means you all know the definition. Metadata means data about data. But can you agree with the fact that you actually don't know metadata? Do you agree? Come on, yes or no? I mean, if we give you an example and if you cannot extract metadata out of it, you actually don't know metadata. Do you all agree, dear kids? Come on, first of all, before I explain this, yes or no? I mean, if it is no, then you have to tell me what is metadata, right? Umar agrees. Others, come on, yeah. STD, ID, name, age are metadata, right? So that's Fatima Nisma's answer. Okay, right? Actually no, that's not the answer. So it's like this: STD, name, age, and DOB are the structure of the data. It's not metadata. Metadata means data about data, which means basically if I write here STD is actually char 4, let's say char 3, okay, and then name is Vacha something, or maybe name is text type. Text type is going to be text type and not null. You cannot leave this field empty. And this is actually a primary key, okay, and it has to be unique. So it is these are some data about this data that is stored. It's a primary key field. Okay, this allows only char 3. Data about data, right? Age is a number. Okay, that's data about the data that you have. This is date pattern. But which date pattern is this? This is date in DDMMYY format. That this date is stored in DDMMYY format. Data about. Can all of you understand what I mean by metadata, dear? Is this crystal clear to all of you now? So this is all metadata. This is all metadata. Everyone, is this crystal clear, dear? Before you write down, come on, can we be humble enough to say, is this crystal clear or not? Because if it is not, then I have to explain. Perfect. Thank you. Brilliant. So now kids, that's metadata. Now, how many of you feel like that you want to write this down? How many of you feel like that you want to write this down? Come on, type me in the chat if you're that person. You feel like, oh, actually, I need to write this down. Good. Now, stop. Not yet. Don't write down yet. Because now what will happen if you start to write down while I'm talking is you will miss the rest of the things that I'm going to explain. So I'm going to explain this to you first, and then I will give you time to write down separately. Okay? Shall we do it in that proper arranged format? Do you agree with me? Come on. Promise me that you are going to agree with me. Because if you don't comply to this, I will guarantee you will never learn this properly. Okay? So keep it away. All this life, until this year, you have been studying for A-levels for more than actually 2 years now. For more than actually 2 years, isn't it? Right? Because you definitely started, let's say 2 years. Since these 2 years, you have studied this topic. You have written down so many notes. But what's not there is you don't have the concept in your head. Now what will happen if you start to write down these things while I'm explaining the rest is you will become the same old person again. You will not have anything in your head, but everything will be there in your book. Right? We are not bookworms, okay? So when I say don't write, don't write. This is revision, take it, okay? Learn from your past mistakes. Keep the pencils away, okay? We are going to now discuss the next one. Big data. Whenever we talk about big data, you must keep in mind these three facts: volume, velocity, variety. Volume, velocity, and variety. Now, if you look at the social media post, do you have a big volume in there? Come on, yes. Do we have a big volume in the social media posts? Come on, yes or no? Yeah, excellent. What do you mean by velocity, dear kid? What do you mean by velocity? What do you mean by velocity? Anyone? The speed, or how frequently it happens, right? Speeding, right? How does it have a velocity? Social media post, does it have a velocity? Yes or no? Oh my goodness, yes, no? Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, this is why, you know, soon after you wake up in the morning, normally what people do is get out of the bed. No? But now what you do is check the notification. Agree with me or not? Come on. Agree with me or not? Now, how many of you are actually doing it? Soon after you come out of the bed, actually, soon after you wake up, before coming out of the bed, you take the phone and check the notification. Yes or no? I mean, I'm doing that. It is very bad. You were doing, okay? It is very bad, because if you don't have a control of that, then what will happen is you will spend the rest half an hour or 1 hour checking just those notifications. You will get easily diverted. So this is something that you should not do as a 2025 A-levels. Get rid of that first habit. So, because then you can save time. So, velocity is that. Variety. Do we have a variety in social media posting? Yes or no? Do we have a variety? A lot, no? A lot of variety. So many different things, right? Like, if you want some news, proper news, fake news, people saying bad things to people, people praising people, right? Accidents, happy events, donations, my goodness, so many things, variety. So, when this data is being collected every second, massively, right, you can call it big data. Can all of you understand? Volume is the key. Do all of you understand this, kids? Is this crystal clear? Is this crystal clear? Brilliant. Then we have classification skill. Classification skill means basically identify by nature, behavior, descriptive, role, and state. It's just an optional thing this in here, but yeah, basically classification means here. What do you mean by classification? The variety is that you identify it by nature or behavior or some particular role or any scale or anything like that. Yeah. Can all of you understand what do you mean by these things now, kids? Are we crystal clear about question number 1? Right. Now I'm going to go back to the, don't worry, I told you I'm going to give you time to write down, okay? You already have this in your slides. Wait, don't worry. So if I go back to the question now, this one, don't worry, it's not erased. A, continuous data. Temperature values is continuous data. B, creator's name and the date of creation of a file saved in a computer. Creator's name. When you look at a file, file's metadata is what? About the file. About the file, what you have to give, right? Okay, about the file, you can give first the size of the file, you can give the author of the file, you can give date of creation, last open time. Like these are metadata about the file. So that's why B is actually metadata. And then C, collection of posts and responses shared on social media platforms. So that's definitely what? Big data. So now if I go back, now I'm going to improve this example. So metadata, this is from one perspective. Another perspective metadata would be what? If it's a single file, if it's like a single file, so file's author, last open date, size of the file, right? Modified date, so, and also who has the permissions, right? Any different permissions of the file, right? These are all metadata. Now you can write this nicely. We have everything that we need to write down. Now you can write, okay? Right. Write this down now or type it. I don't know, whatever the way. Please add it to this extra notes section here. Insert it there, keep it all there, right? So that you can easily revise.